Ladies and gentlemen, the Associate Director of the Dole Institute of Politics, Mrs. Barbara Ballard.
Thank you. I've not been introduced before. I definitely appreciate it. Well, welcome. We're delighted. And we start working on this pretty early to plan on an event for you that we hope will be really, really enjoyable. I'll make remarks after that, so I won't go into a whole lot right now except to say welcome. You are honored. We are honored to serve you this evening. And with that, we're going to start with the presentation of colors. And those of you who can stand, please do so. Pledge allegiance. Go ahead. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will lead you in our national anthem, but I want you to also sing out. And if you say you can't sing, then hum. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what beauty we hailed, and the twilight first gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, state of and star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you all very much, and thank you for singing with us as well. It is my honor at this time, for those of you who have not had the opportunity to meet the director of the Dole Institute, Bill Lacey, director of the Dole Institute.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. Does anybody here, other than us, know how many of these we've done? This is the 10th. Who got the 10th? Somebody guessed it out there. Can you imagine? We have been doing this 10 years. Now, the idea for this event, and I think I've discussed this before, came from a lady who served on what would have been, I don't know exactly how to say it, it wasn't the Joint Chiefs of Staff during World War II, but it was what essentially functioned. She worked for the Joint Chiefs of Staff in World War II. Her name is Scotty Lingelbach. She's 95 years old. She lives at Brandon Woods. And I was hoping she'd be able to watch on streaming tonight because we're streaming it, but she couldn't do that. but she is the one who came to Barbara and me and said, you know, I know this great swing, World War II swing band.
Where?
Yes, where? And she said they wear Army band uniforms.
Where?
And she suggested we do this, and we have done, this is the 10th one. So I hope you've enjoyed it in the past. I know you're going to enjoy it tonight. But I want to recognize somebody else, because this is the most important event, one of the most important events that we do here. And for Barbara Ballard, it is an act of love and caring and to show how important veterans are. So I want you to really give it up for Barbara Ballard, because she makes this work.
Bill, I got to ask right now, since Barbara does all this, do you do anything here?
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Thanks, Ron.
Anytime.
So anyway, you bet. Anyway, Bob Dole asked me to, Bob Dole is 94 now. He still goes to the office when he's able. He's spent a fair amount of time in the hospital recently, but he's out now and doing better. He's very frail, very sharp, and he wanted me to wish you a wonderful evening. As you know, he is a veteran. One of the main reasons that we do this gala is because he wanted us to really work hard to recognize and take care of our veterans. And so we're so happy to have all of you here. Make sure tonight that you go up to Barbara Ballard and you thank her for all that she does to make this work. And if you see members of our team here, a lot of members of our team work on this as well, thank them, because we're still able to do this without any charge at all, and we hope you all enjoy it. So have a great evening. Enjoy. Barbara?
Thank you, Bill. Just to answer that question, Bill Lacey does a lot. All right. I would, at this point, we're going to have tribute to veterans, for those of you who know that. But before I do that, I want to tell you that when we started this program, Bill and I discussed it, and we knew we wanted to do it with ROTC. We wanted you to know, who was in attendance tonight, that the future of the United States is in great hands. We have young people that are dedicated, that want to do this as their career, and they work hard, and we're very proud of them. And we asked, and they said yes. And as Bill said, this is the 10th year that they have joined us. And I would like to just introduce the commanders that has helped us a lot. I will start with Lieutenant Colonel Tracy Olson and her husband Eric, and they're sitting at that table there. Lieutenant Colonel Pastawait and his wife Stephanie. Air Force ROTC. And Naval ROTC, Captain David Marin, I hope I pronounced this right, and his wife Yvonne. And if I didn't say it, Army was first. I also would like to introduce my husband, who's sitting at that table, and he's a retired Army colonel. And he helps me with everything. When I need somebody to assist and run and go do it and bring it here, he does it right there. So I thank you very much. Now, for what you're in for, it is a treat. I would like to ask our students to come forward as they do every year for us. And the first tribute to veterans this evening will be Cadet Elizabeth Hass, Army ROTC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I just wanted to start out by saying a thank you. I want to say thank you to all the veterans here. Thank you to all ROTC cadre that are present here tonight. Thank you to my fellow cadets and midshipmen. And thank you to the Dole Institute for putting on this wonderful event. Each and every one of you have all made sacrifices that many people cannot even begin to comprehend. With that in mind, I would like us all to take a moment to remember all of those that have came before us and have truly made the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. I would like to start off by telling you my story of how I am here today and right now talking to you. When I was a little girl, I was determined that I would be a spy. And in my mind, that was a confident woman who could speak more than 10 languages and could beat up all the guys with just the itty-bitty part of your pinky finger. As I got older, I realized that the only spies in my life were James Bond and Jennifer Gardner from that TV show Alias. And what I realized about these characters is that they don't really have families around them. And that's an issue for me because I have about 1,000,001 family members that would all be able to recognize me even if I were on some secret covert mission. And I knew that wouldn't be plausible. And of course, I wanted to see them on the weekends, unlike James Bond and Jennifer Gardner. So I put the spy possibility aside, but I always kept the idea in the back of my mind that I wanted to serve somehow in the military. So fast forward a couple years, I'm at a new high school in Southern California trying out for the women's lacrosse team. I make the team, and one of my favorite memories of high school is every single season we would go and we would create gift baskets and we would write cards and we would go and meet all the wounded warriors that were living in our area. And I loved this, and I do not come from a military family, and so being able to interact with these people and hear their stories and hear what happened to them and hear the sacrifices they made, it really had an impact on my life. I knew that spy possibility in the back of my mind, it was still kind of there. I knew I wanted to help people who have served our country. Playing sports in high school, I got injured a lot, so I encountered physical therapists and athletic trainers, and I knew that I wanted to incorporate that somehow. So my junior and senior year of high school, I knew I wanted to combine the two, and so I decided that I was going to go to college and I was going to become a physical therapist in the Army and help those wounded warriors that have sacrificed themselves and their families and help them get into the state that they were prior to an injury. So I got into college. Here I am, KU, my dream school. I'm a junior exercise science major, and I'm loving every minute of it. I partake in studies, and I help with different research projects, and it's an amazing opportunity seeing how we can help fix the human body, and the idea of helping veterans and helping those that were injured overseas, how I can possibly in the future help them get back and be able to walk again and be able to stand again and do simple things that the human body can do. Now that I'm a junior in ROTC, like I said, I'm not a military family. I've learned things every day that I didn't know when I was in high school. And my ideals of what I want to do in the future has changed, but I have stayed. I've stayed in the Army because of the fraternity, of the brotherhood, and of the sisterhood that I have gained in just these 2.5 years that I've been here. And even as a college student, I've realized that there are certain liberties that my fellow students that are not involved in the military, that they aren't constantly aware of. Being an ROTC is a constant reminder of every single thing that you all have done that allows me to be in the place that I am in today and stand in this uniform. Because of you, I am able to stand here, wear this uniform, and wear it proudly. As an American, as a woman, and as a future officer, I can proudly say thank you. Veterans are the reason why I joined the Army, why I joined ROTC, and why I decided to come to school here. Although it may not be for the same job, veterans are still the reason why I decided to stay. So thank you.
Our next speaker, Cadet Arius Thompson, Air Force, ROTC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would first like to thank everyone for coming out. My name is Arius Thompson, and I'm the Wing Commander for the Air Force ROTC. My name is Arius Thompson, and I'm the Wing Commander for the Air Force ROTC program, and I am honored to have this opportunity to speak with you all today. We are here to recognize all the veterans who have made countless sacrifices each and every day. Your dedication and hard work has not gone unnoticed. The definition of service is defined as the action of helping or doing work for someone, but the service military personnel offer is much more than that. The missed holidays, birthdays, anniversaries all make a difference. Millions of Americans have fought and lost their lives on the battlefield to defend our freedom and our country. Behind them are many more men and women, like myself, who are willing to stand up and fight. Often we take for granted how lucky we are to have people like you. People who sign up to fight a battle many of us could not, and people who go above and beyond to protect our country and our home. On this day, people all around gather and reminisce on the honor, courage, and sacrifices men and women have selflessly given. Thank you. Thank you because we don't say thank you enough. I would also like to thank the families of veterans. Your loyalty and support is greatly appreciated. We couldn't do all the things we do without you. Thank you again for everyone attending, and I want you to take a second to thank all the men and women for all they have done. Thank the ones that are here with us today, and also thank the ones who couldn't be here with us today. Thank you for answering your call and serving a cause greater than yourselves. Thank you.
This microphone's getting a workout. Our third speaker, Midshipman Katie Meads from Naval ROTC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Midshipman Second Class Kathleen Meads, and I am a junior in KU's Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps program. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. It's a very important weekend, and it's very important that we all convey how thankful we are for the sacrifices you have all made. Anyway, I have a short story I wish to share with you all this evening that completely solidified my desire to serve, just as you all have. So last summer, I interned at a newspaper in Lawrence's sister city, Eutin. Eutin is a small town in northern Germany, and during my first week there, I wrote a short biography about myself for the paper. And in that bio, I wrote that I was in ROTC and that I wanted to be a Marine. A couple of weeks later, an old woman came into the office with a gift for me. It was a beautiful painting of the New York skyline, and she told me the story behind it. So back in World War II, 2 German soldiers were captured by the Soviets, and they were placed in prisoner of war camps in the USSR. Many POWs died in Soviet prisoner of war camps because of horrible treatment they received there, and these 2 specific soldiers both lost limbs while they were there. Anyway, so after they were eventually released, the soldiers developed a huge respect for America and what it stood for, and this inspired them to create this artwork that I brought here this evening. So as you can see, this is a painting of the New York skyline, a very iconic American image, and I will have it over here to show people later as well. But anyway, so these soldiers became friends with this woman and her husband after the war, and they gave this present to her in the 1970s. And the woman told me she felt it was time to pass it on to someone who was just getting started with the American military. And when this happened, it really just solidified my decision to go into the military. It made me really want to serve. It made me understand how important it was. And she also gave me the message to always treat people with fairness. It was at that point that I realized the human impact that American service members have worldwide. These men were part of one of the most evil militaries to ever walk the earth, but they created this artwork to show their appreciation and respect for the country that was their enemy for so long. The soldiers experienced the Soviets' brutality, and they realized the fairness and honor that Americans fought with during the war, and their mercy to Germans after the war, and this changed their perspectives forever. Americans did the right thing over and over again, even though no one would have blamed them had they chosen not to. So tonight, I wish to thank all of you for creating and maintaining this wonderful reputation of being better than the enemy, even though the temptation and convenience of not doing that always exists. Thank you for working so hard to make the world fairer and for embodying the traits we learn about in ROTC now. Thank you for having pride in your country and what it stands for. And finally, on behalf of my unit, thank you for inspiring us to want to be like you and for making us want to carry this on into the future. Enjoy your evening.
I think they gave 3 outstanding messages this evening, and that was extremely important for them. They're very different, but we want to thank them very much. In closing remarks, and I'll make mine very brief, I think you know I'm married to a military person. My brother is Army pilot. My father, as you know, and I always have to say it every time I do this program, was a master sergeant. And we were very proud of our father. And the military was his life. Throughout our country's history, millions of brave women and men, sisters and brothers, mothers and fathers, have courageously stepped forward to defend our nation and keep safe the freedoms and the liberties we hold close. Today we honor these heroes. We send a message that they are remembered, they're revered, appreciated, and admired. But as we honor the strength and the courage of these individuals, we must remember, as remarked by the late President John F. Kennedy, that as we expressed our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. We must do everything we can to ensure that veterans have every possible service and tool at their disposal to live quality lives. No veteran should ever have to live with the fear of homelessness, unemployment, or poverty. The reality is that this is all too common an occurrence. Today we celebrate Veterans Day, but we owe every service woman and man the gratitude of celebrating them every single day. When you put your life on the line in order for all of us to be free, you should be honored, revered, and valued. That is what we try to do here at the Dole Institute of Politics, not only to honor Senator Robert Dole, but every other veteran that has died or continued to live today trying to protect our freedoms. We thank you so much this evening, and it's going to be our pleasure to continue to serve you with good food, good drink. You brought your own company, and you can meet new people as well. But we also have an added treat this evening for you. In this room here that you will go down the hallway on the back part is the League of Wives, Vietnam's prisoner of war and missing in action allies and advocates. This is a special exhibit that we have at the Dole Institute of Politics. And it will leave the Dole Institute of Politics December the 31st, 2017, and it will go to another location. We were the very first to have it. We will give you that opportunity, if you choose to do so, to view this exhibit. There will be no food or drink in that room, okay? And so there's a table outside. If you have it in your hand, you can place it down. But I hope you will take advantage of that. And as you know, the rest of it, the food line is going to form in the back. You're going to come in and you're going to go all the way around, and the ROTC will be there to guide you. And if you need any assistance, they will be happy to help you, as anyone on our staff will be happy to do as well. So I hope you will take advantage of the exhibit. And I close, and often you hear people say, God bless America. I'm going to say, God bless everyone in this room. For those who have sacrificed a lot, and those of us in this room that appreciate it, we say thank you very much. We're going to close, retire the colors. And I do want to thank the American Legion, Dorsey Liberty Post, number 14 here in Lawrence.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would rise. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Bill. 10 years. Wow. Seems like just yesterday we received the call from Barbara and Bill and invited us out here. We've been together for almost 16 and a half years. And I can truly say the 10 years, the 10 performances we've had here with all of you at the Dole Institute have been one of the greatest honors this band has ever had, to be able to share in your dedication and your service to this country. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all. Time to eat, drink, be merry, and have a great time.
We're going to play some old music that a few of you might know. We got a big dance floor up here. Don't be bashful. Come on up and dance. We're going to start off the evening with the theme song from the great Glenn Miller Band. This song was written in 1939 by Glenn himself. It also is our theme song. This is called Moonlight Serenade. Mr. Mark Howard on the clarinet. I don't say it enough, but I'm going to start off the evening by saying these are the best musicians Kansas City has to offer, ladies and gentlemen. We also have two of the best vocalists in Kansas City. We're going to start off with one of them right now. Paula McLaughlin has been with us now. Paula, how long? This is 2017? 11, 12 years? Very good. Paula's from downtown Olathe. She's going to start off singing a song that was first sung by Bing Crosby. It won the Academy Award in 1952. This is called In the Cool, Cool Evening. 1, 2,
and it is.
2.
Wants a barbecue, Sam wants to boil a ham, Grace wants a bouillabaisse stew. Jake wants a weenie baked steak and a layer cake. He'll get a tummy ache too. We'll rent a tent or teepee. Let the town crier cry. And if it's RSVP, this is what I'll reply. In the cool, cool, cool of the evening, tell 'em I'll be there. In the cool, cool, cool of the evening, better save a chair. When the party's getting its glow on, singing fills the air. In the shank of the night, when the dew is alright, well, you can tell 'em I'll be there. Said the bumblebee, let's have a jubilee. When says the prairie and soon. Sure, says the dinosaur. Where says the grizzly bear? Under the light of the moon. How about your brother jackass? All of them gaily cried. We'll get into a fracas, showing a sexy side. In the cool of the evening, tell 'em I'll be there. In the cool of the evening, better save a chair. When the party's getting its glow on, singing fills the air. If not in the clink and there's something to drink, well, you can tell 'em I'll be there. If I can crawl out of bed, throw a hat on my head, well, you can tell 'em I'll be there. If there's room for one more and you need me, why sure, you can tell 'em I'll be there. Woo! Thank you. Well, that dance floor is warmed up now. Woo!
We had a request from a lot of you lovely people in the front for some rap. We'll get to that a little while later. So, in the meantime, we're going to continue with a piece that was written by Irving Berlin in 1935. Irving also wrote a couple other songs you might remember, like God Bless America and White Christmas. This is called Cheek to Cheek. 1, 2, 3.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak. When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain just to reach the high it wouldn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but it wouldn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Come on and dance with me. I want my arms about you. The charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. But I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're all together dancing cheek to cheek. Come on and dance with me. I want my arms about you. The charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. But I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're all together dancing cheek to cheek. Out together dancing cheek to cheek. Out together dancing cheek to cheek. Thank you. Thank you.
Rodgers and Hammerstein were one of the groups that wrote a lot of Broadway music, but they also wrote gosh, awful lot of great music, dance music. This was written in 1938, first sung by Ella Fitzgerald, later made popular by Natalie Cole in the 80s. This is called This Can't Be Love.
It's gonna wear you out. First 3 seconds. This can't be love because I feel so well. No sobs, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the sky. My heart does not stand still. Just hear it beat. It's much too sweet to be love. This can't be love because I feel so well. But now I love to look in your eyes. Heart does not stand still. Just hear it beat. It's much too sweet to be love. This can't be love because I feel so well. But how I love to look in your eyes. Oh, I love to look in your eyes. Thank you. Woo! See, isn't this better than standing in line for food? Get out here on the dance floor.
Remember the musicians up there. We will accept 3 plates of food for each one of us. Thank you. I hear some of the name of bands today, and I scratch my head, and I'm like, what? But in the 40s, come on, this band had a #1 hit in 1943. Strange name, but the Ink Spots don't get around much anymore.
Mr. Saturday Dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, why stir up old memories? Been invited on dates. I'd have gone, but what for? Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind is more at ease. But nevertheless, why stir up old memories? Been invited on dates. I'd have gone, but what? Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Yeah, awfully different without you. Don't get around much Thank you. Woo. How fun was that? Aren't you something? Aren't they?
Just mentioned Natalie Cole a second ago. This next song was sung by her father and introduced back in 1964. Natalie kind of redid it on her great album in the early 80s. This is What Makes the World Go Round. Love. Love.
You know what we're talking about. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love is made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more. Anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. And love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Oh, love was made for me and you. Yeah, love was made for me and you. Thank you. Thank you. Rudy?
This next piece was a collaboration, a million seller, which in this time, 80 years ago, was a big amount. Collaboration between Peggy Lee and the Benny Goodman Orchestra. And Peggy Lee posed the question to us guys, but there is no answer. Why don't you do right?
Oh, I bet you do once in a while.
One, two, three, four.
You let all the women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here, give me some money too. I'm sitting there wondering what it's all about. You ain't got no money, they will put you out. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here, give me some money too. You done some planning 20 years ago. You wouldn't be wandering now from door to door. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Oh, get out of here, give me some money too. know who you are.
When we select the music for our dances, we put hours, weeks, months into selecting the glorious music. And the guys in the band think about the seasons, and we come up with some of our songs. And we're in the fall, the autumn of the year. This next song is called Orange Colored Sky. These guys they really work hard at this. This was a hit for the Nat King Cole and Stan Kenton Orchestra in 1950, Orange Colored Sky.
I was walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky, ooh, flash, bam, alakazam, wonderful you came by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, when out of an orange-colored view, flash, bam, alakazam, I took one look at you. One look and I'll timber. Watch out for flying glass. 'Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout up and hit. This is it. This is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Ooh, flash, bam, alakazam, out of an orange-colored sky. One look and I'll timber. Watch out for flying glass. 'Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout up and hit. This is it. This is it. I was walking along, minding my business. Love came and hit me in the eye. Whoa, flash, bam, alakazam, out of an orange color, purple stripe. Pretty green polka dot sky, flash, bam, alakazam, and goodbye. Thank you. Man, what a fun night. Look at. Woo.
Frank Sinatra, rightfully so, has always been connected with this next song. We're talking about New York, New York, but it was first introduced by Liza Minnelli, a big hit for her back in 1977. Frank liked it and thought, why not sing it? We're talking New York, New York.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and sail around the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill doesn't sleep to find I'm king of the hill, a number one, cream of the crop at the top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through New York, New York, New York. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Paula McLaughlin. Thank you, Paula. Paula will be back with us a little while later. I mentioned two singers. Let's see, we've had one. Oh, we've got one left. This gentleman's going to start off with a hit. This is one of the oldest pieces we do. There was an artist back in the early 20th century that sadly had a tough life, but boy, she could sure sing. I'm talking about Billie Holiday. This was a hit for Billie in 1931, starting out with All of Me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rudy Amato.
Wow. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I'll never use them. Take these arms, I wanna lose them. For your goodbye that left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on living without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Here we go. Ha! Your goodbyes, they left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on living without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not? I said why not? Why not take all of me? Well, welcome, welcome. Gosh, every time we do this, it's just more of an honor to meet all you veterans and all the people that helped bring this nation to what it is today. God bless you, man.
Rudy,
So
too.
nice to be
You're a
here.
veteran, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, but I didn't. Some of these guys did more than I.
Rudy's going to continue with a piece that was written in 1944 and recorded by the Mills Brothers that year. You ain't nobody till somebody loves you.
You're nobody till somebody cares. Oh, you may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but that gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. The world's still the same, you won't change it. As sure as the stars shine above, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody's love. Oh, you're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. Oh, you may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but that gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. I said the world's still the same, you won't change it. As sure as the stars shine above, oh, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody, get yourself somebody, find yourself somebody to love. Oh, yeah.
Bobby Darin was a hellacious performer, could do it all. He could sing, he could dance, he could play just about any instrument that you put in front of him. He was a great drummer, a great trumpet player. He was a great actor. He sadly died way, way too young, but thank goodness we've got a lot of his music left to remember him by. This is one of his hits back in the mid-50s. Actually, I'm sorry. It won the Academy Award in 1964, sung by Mr. Jackie Gleason. But a bigger hit by Bobby Darin, Call Me Irresponsible. Yes, I am.
Call me irresponsible, call me unreliable, throw in undependable too. Do my foolish alibis bore you? Well, I'm not too clever, I just adore you. Call me unpredictable, tell me that I'm impractical. Rainbows I'm inclined to pursue. Go ahead and call me irresponsible. I admit I'm unreliable, but it's undeniably true that I'm irresponsibly mad for you. Come tell me that I'm impractical. Rainbow, I'm inclined to pursue. Go ahead and call me irresponsible. I admit I'm unreliable, but it's undeniably true that I'm irresponsibly mad for you. For you.
I mentioned earlier that the guys in the band spend hours and hours picking out songs. Sometimes they screw up, like this next song, The Summer Wind. I mean, come on, guys. Oh, well, it's close enough. First recorded not by Sinatra, not by Tony
I knew
Bennett,
he was
not
gonna
by
say this.
Bobby Darin. Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton. Come on, who would have thought? 1963, a #1 hit for Wayne. The Summer Wind.
Darling, Dogger Shane. The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there, touched your hair, and walked with me. All summer long, we sang a song, and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind, like painted kites, those days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath that blue umbrella sky. Softer than a piper man, one day it's called to you. I lost you to that summer wind. The autumn wind and the winter wind, they have come and gone. But still the days, those lonely days, they go on and on. Guess who sighed his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, that summer wind, the summer wind. Warm summer wind, ooh, that summer wind. Thank you.
Cole Porter had countless hits, major hits, both in songs for dancing, for singing, but also in Broadway. This was a hit from Cole in 1932 called Night and Day.
Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon or under the sun. whether near to me or far. It's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day, night and day. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In a roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, night and day. Under the height of me, there's an oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. I'm gonna let the band play a little bit. Here we go. Night and day, you are the one. Only you, beneath the moon or under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day. Night and day, under the height of me, there's an oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. Night and day, under the height of me, there's an oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night. Night and day.
We haven't discussed Frank Sinatra yet. We probably should. His 102nd birthday is coming up here in about 4 weeks. Sometimes the guys don't pick the music. They let me pick one. This is one of my favorite old Blue Eyes tunes from 1936. Mega hit for old Frank. I've got you under my skin.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you I've said to myself, there's a fair, it never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Why not use your mentality? Step up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin. For the sake of having you near, in spite of the warning voice that comes in the night and repeats how it yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you've got no chance to win. Why not use your mentality? Step up, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin, and I dig you under my skin. Thank you.
This is definitely the oldest composed song we perform. From way back in 1926, a gentleman named Cab Calloway, who had a huge comeback in the mid-'80s from the Blues Brothers movie. I don't know if you remember him in that, but he was still unbelievable. This is called The Birth of the Blues.
Singing weird melody, and they called it the start of the blues. And from a jam came a well, from a downhearted frown, and they placed it as the start of the blues. From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they took a new note, pushed it through a horn until it was born into a blue note. And they nursed it, rehearsed it, and gave out the news at the Southland. They gave a birth to the blues. rehearsed it, and they gave out the news and the Southland. I gave a birth to the blues. I said they nursed it, reversed it, and cursed it, and burst it. They dispelled it, they pushed it, and shoved it, and turned it. And what you hear right now, to this day, coming out of that horn is the birth of the blues. Oh, goodness gracious. A little bit of the blues. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You sure look it. There was a song composed going around in the mid-1960s. It was first offered to Tony Bennett. He didn't like it. He turned it down. It made the rounds to a bunch of other singers. Nobody liked it, and it was finally offered to Louis Armstrong. He really didn't care for it that much, but he was in a bad way financially. He was hoping for a hit. This turned out to be the biggest hit of his life. It won the Grammy Record of the Year in 1967. We're going to send this out to Eric and his lovely wife, Amy. This is called What a Wonderful World.
Red roses too, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed days, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I've heard babies cry, I've watched them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh
Ladies and gentlemen, Rudy Amato. We need a break. We're going to try to catch some food real quick. Don't go away. We're going to come back in a few minutes. Thank you.